Well, here we go again. Right in the middle of another firefight. You'd think I'd learn to just keep driving when I see these kinds of situations, but where's the fun in that? Plus, it's hard to resist the urge to lend a hand when you see the NCP getting overwhelmed by a bunch of maelstrom gonks. So, I dive right into the fray, popping out of my car like some kind of cybernetic superhero. The Kenshin tech pistol makes quick work of those maelstrom goons from the rear, and it's nice to see the NCP getting a bit of backup for once. But let's not kid ourselves. This is dangerous territory. Maelstrom isn't exactly known for playing nice, and getting caught in the crossfire between them and the cops is a surefire way to end up with a bullet in my skull. Still, I can't just stand by and watch, can I? Guess I'll have to rely on my quick reflexes and trusty Kenshin pistol to see me through this one. And hey, who knows, maybe I'll even earn myself a bit of goodwill with the NCPD. Stranger things have happened in Night City, right? Time to jump back into the action and see if I can turn the tide in their favor.
NCPD, motherfuckers!
Well, isn't this just fantastic? Here I am trying to do the right thing, and suddenly I'm caught in the middle of a firefight between Maelstrom and the NCPD. And wouldn't you know it, the NCPD decides I look enough like a threat to start shooting at me too. So, there I am, ducking and weaving, trying to avoid getting ventilated by both sides while also trying to incapacitate the NCPD without, actually killing them. Because that's the kind of mess I don't need on my hands. But nope, things just keep spiraling out of control. And now there's backup blocking off my only escape route. Fantastic. Guess I'll have to resort to plan B. Or maybe it's plan Z at this point, and see if that junk car over there still has some life left in it. Honestly, this city just loves throwing curveballs my way. But hey, what's life in Night City without a little chaos, right? Let's just hope this junker still has some juice left in it, or I might be in for a long walk home.
All units in the area. Disorderly conduct reported in Watson.
331 responding. On my way, dispatch. But only because I like you.
Well, that was a heart-pounding escape if I ever had one. Dodging bullets, outrunning cops, and ditching them in a narrow alcove. Just another day in the chaotic paradise that is Night City. But now that the adrenaline is wearing off, I can't help but wonder about the aftermath. I mean, with all that chaos, who knows what the NCB is thinking? They might be scratching their heads, trying to figure out if I'm the cyber psycho they're looking for, or just another unlucky soul caught in the crossfire. Either way, it's a reminder of just how precarious life is here in Night City. One wrong move, one misstep, and you could find yourself on the wrong side of the law, or worse. But hey, that's the price you pay for living in the most vibrant, dangerous city in the world, right? Just another day in paradise. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I need a stiff drink after all that excitement. Well, navigating through Northside is always a dicey affair. Crumbling infrastructure, sketchy alleyways, and the ever-present threat of running into maelstrom goons. Just another lovely stroll through Night City.
Too deep in his head. Guy just stood there drooling. Couldn't make one. Come out! I'll be your friend! And here I thought this day is being done.
Running into those Maelstrom guys was no surprise, but I'm glad I didn't have to waste time trying to reason with them. Sometimes, it's just easier to let your weapons and nesh running skills do the talking for you. Queuing up those daemons and taking them out with minimal fuss definitely saved me some headaches. But as I press on toward the Cyber Psycho's last known location, I can't shake the feeling of unease. Northside has a way of getting under your skin, making you feel like you're constantly being watched, constantly on edge. Still, gotta keep pushing forward. Can't let a bunch of chrome-headed thugs slow me down. After all, I've got a job to do, even if it means wading through the seedy underbelly of Night City to get it done.
All NCPD subcons. APB out for suspect accused of organized crime activity near Ross Street and Shipyard Way. Scavengers led by Yelena Sidorova, presumed armed and dangerous, have assaulted multiple homeless persons. Night City officials are offering a reward for neutralizing the threat.
Well, stumbling onto a situation like this wasn't exactly on my agenda for the day. But when duty calls, right? Those scavs seem to be causing quite a bit of trouble. And if the NCPD is willing to put a reward on their heads, then they must be pretty high up on the troublemaker scale.
Now!
Sneaking into that parking deck and spotting that netrunner with a sniper was a stroke of luck. Taking them out before they could cause any more trouble definitely gave me upper hand. Gotta love those quick hacks. They make dealing with threats like that a whole lot easier. Now it's just a matter of taking out the rest of those scavs. They may be armed and dangerous, but I've got the skills and firepower to handle them. Plus, the thought of collecting that reward is always a nice motivator. Just another day in the life of a mercenary in Night City, right?
Fuckers on my ass! Bitch is jacking!
Стенки выдеру!
Man, this is getting out of hand real quick. These scavs aren't messing around. Heavy weapons, fortified positions, the works. It's like walking into a war zone. And to think, this place used to be a homeless encampment before these scavengers took over. seeing the aftermath of their grisly business, selling body parts and cyberware from their victims. It's sickening, to say the least. Makes you wonder what kind of twisted minds could do something like that. But I guess in a place like Night City, where desperation runs deep and morals are in short supply, anything goes for a quick buck. Still, I can't let myself get distracted by the horror of it all. Focus, keep moving, and take these scavs down before they do any more damage. Gotta stay sharp in this city, no matter how grim the situation gets. Falter's scheme is despicable, to say the least. Using his position as the police commissioner to orchestrate the removal of homeless people from their living spaces to benefit developers is a gross abuse of power. It's a blatant disregard for the well-being of those who are already marginalized and vulnerable in Night City. Moreover, the fact that he's willing to go to such lengths, including putting out hits to cover up his actions, shows just how deeply entrenched corruption is within the city's institutions. It's a reminder that in Night City, power and money often trump ethics and compassion. It's infuriating to see someone in a position of authority exploit their power for personal gain at the expense of others. Unfortunately, it's a grim reality in a city where greed and corruption reign supreme. Man, this city just keeps sinking to new lows. I mean, I knew corruption ran deep in Night City, but to have the police commissioner involved in something like this, it's downright disgusting. Selling out the homeless to line some developers' pockets, and then putting out a hit to cover it all up. It's sickening. But what can I do about it? I'm just a mercenary trying to make a living in this cesspool of a city. It's not like I have the power or influence to take on someone like Jerry Falter. All I can do is keep my head down, play my cards right, and hope I don't end up on the wrong end of some NCP hit because I stumbled onto their dirty little secret. It's moments like these that make you realize just how far down the ladder you are in this world. Just a pawn in someone else's game, trying to survive the best you can. So stumbling upon that Spester 2 grad sniper rifle was quite the eye-opener. I mean, we're talking about some serious firepower here, not your run-of-the-mill street stuff. It's got a rep for being one heck of a weapon, but the fact that it's floating around Night City outside the usual corporate channels is kind of unsettling, you know? And then there's the whole deal with the scavs and Yelena's crew. It's got me thinking, how deep does this rabbit hole go? Could they have some international connections hooking them up with this gear? It's definitely food for thought. Finding that rifle really hammered home the point that you never know what's lurking beneath the surface in this city. It's like peeling back layers of a rotten onion, revealing more questions than answers. Gotta keep your wits about you, that's for sure.
You know wild screaming at Totem Tents isn't headline news. Could just be some screamo band set rehearsal. That or something a shade more sinister.